Well, good afternoon, folks. Doug here with Soul Motor Coach in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, and I think I got a fun one for you today. I know I'm pretty excited about this. I shouldn't say always because it's only been like a couple. So I've got a market video update for you. I think you're going to like it. Let's kind of see what the market is like after a couple days ago was the presidential inauguration. This is not a political video by any means. I don't get political on the business side, or I try to stay out of politics altogether. But also, I've got one unit at the sale today that I'm focused on. Hopefully I get it bought. If I do, I'm going to show you exactly what I paid for it. I'm also going to show you what we're going to sell it, or I think we're going to sell it for. And you'll kind of get some insight into how much profit do we make at Soul Motor Coach. How much do we spread? What's the spread of what we buy it for versus what we sell it for here at Soul Motor Coach? But you got to stick around to the end of the video to see if that's something that we do. Hopefully I get this unit bought. I'm going to try to show you a few units today. Let's see what the market's doing. As I've told you in other videos, the wholesale market is a good indication of how dealers are feeling and what dealers think the market's going to do. It's basically speculation. We're all speculating on what we think the market's going to do. That's what I'm going to do today. Really, there's a few units that I would normally buy, but I really am focused on this one Tiffin bus I'm really interested in. Hopefully I get it bought. I would really love to share with you out in YouTube world kind of the back end of what kind of profit we shoot for. And so let's see how this goes. I'm going to do it, folks. I'm going to pick 2 or 3 units and pull book values and see what they brought compared to book value. And let's see what the market's all about right now. 2024 Grand Design Imagine. I would consider this to be on the high end of travel trailers. It brought $28,000 with a 5.0 CR, and a 5.0 CR is the best you can get. As you can see below, you have that Jayco Alante with a 3.0 CR that is below average. 3.5 is an average condition, and a 5.0 is above average. So that 24 Grand Design was essentially perfect. Sold for $28,000. Let's check the book value on that one. Little Grand Design Imagine brought $28,000 with a $32,000 wholesale book. You know, just off the top of my head, those were bringing 60% of book back before the new year. So book values dropped big time too. January 1st, we had like a 7 or 8% drop January 1st. So let's look and see what 28,000 is in percentage wise. So 32 grand times, normally that coach or that RV would bring 60 to 70%. Well, let's say it brought 70%. Let's see what 70% is. 70. So should have brought $22,400, but it brought 28 grand, 6 grand over, which is darn near 90% of book value on a travel trailer. That says a lot right there, folks. As Talon just said, those are bringing the big buck.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Sullivan. Do you care to know why I'm in this chair with you all? I mean, why I earn the big bucks?
The Grand Design has a good name. Leave a comment down below if you want to argue that. No problem. It won't hurt my feelings. But the Grand Design, from what I've seen, definitely holds its value better than most of your typical travel trailers. So it's just one indication of the really nice 2020 late model, perfect CR condition report. Brought what is that? 32,000 times 90%. I mean, essentially brought 90% of book value. That's a pretty good indication, folks, that the market is ticking back up on the wholesale side. I'm not talking about retail. I'm talking about wholesale. Wholesale, to me, is the leading indicator of what you can expect going forward. In my opinion, the guys that are buying these units wholesale, they see the market, they understand what's coming, and they're forecasting and they're putting their money forward to forecast the future of the market. So the future's bright on travel trailer, on that particular travel trailer. Maybe it has something to do with the cost of new ones being so outrageous. I don't know. Let's check a Class A gas. Next one up on the block, let's do a 2019 Thor Quantum LF31. This is an 8,000 mile Class C. Looks to be a full body paint Class C, so this should be on the higher end of Class C's. As long as there's no online bidders, I don't want to show anybody what another dealer paid. Not that there's anything really inherently wrong with that. It's just not my business to put somebody else's business out on the street.
Get out my business!
Right here you can see Thor Quantum, 2019 Thor Quantum LF31 sold for $55,500. Plus the bank, not the bank fee, the auction fee, which is probably about $1,000. So they got $56,500 plus transport, $1,000, $57,500. That unit booked for $49,000, folks. That is gee whiz. I'm not so good at quick math. 49,000 times 110%. It brought somewhere around 115% of book value. That is absolutely insane. The market is on fire. I'm noticing this across the board. I'm looking at a 18 Forest River Berkshire right now. Let's see what that unit's going to bring. The 18 Berkshire is not necessarily a super desirable unit. I mean, I buy them because I do like that product, especially the late model ones, the 18 and older, or 18 and newer. I think they've just done a great job with the Forest River, did a good job with the Berkshire. It just sold. Let's see what it sold for. All right. Okay, here we go. That Berkshire sold for $110,000. The 18 Berkshire XL40 with basically 35,000 miles. Let's see what it books for. And I'll tell you this too, the Berkshires typically bring a nice one, okay? Keep in mind, I'm not talking about a rough one. I'm talking about a nice one, somewhere between 80 and 90% of book value. Let's see what this Berkshire did today. I looked at the pictures in this one. I was teetering on whether to bid on this one or not. I decided not to. I decided not to get an inspection on it simply because my inventory is pretty decent right now. I feel like I got a really good amount of inventory. But let's see, because this is a coach that typically I would try to go for. But let's see what the book is compared to the 110,000 that it actually brought. So $121,000 book, it brought 110. That is 121 times 90%, 108.9. So it brought a little over 90%. That's right on par for essentially what they've been doing. Last couple of sales, I actually bought a Berkshire that I felt like I did really good on before the book dropped. I did really well on it, I believe, and I'm still under book on it, and as far as my cost. So that's an encouraging thing. Again, keep in mind that the Berkshire is not extremely desirable. The first two units I showed you were very desirable. Now, I know what you're saying, Doug. A Thor is not necessarily desirable. Well, a Thor in a Class C with full body paint is a desirable unit. And I know I did that video knocking Thor. I don't dislike Thor. That particular coach was really, really bad. But then I don't want to get off on a tangent here. But the two units I showed you first were very desirable in terms of in their category. And the Berkshire in the Class A luxury diesel market is not a desirable unit. I probably would have wanted to be under $100,000 on that if I were interested in it. Let's see if we can find one more. There's a unit that's coming up that I want to buy. Let's see if I can get this bought, see what it brings. Also keep in mind, folks, there's so many more units I could show you, but I'm trying to show you things that I have a mild amount of knowledge about. Obviously the Class A's that I buy, I understand that market. I try not to buy very many units at auction. Like today, I only literally have one that I'm even interested in. It is the nicest unit at the sale. I got a feeling it's going to rocket ship out of this world expensive. But I'm still going to look and still going to hopefully buy it. I'm willing to pay really good money for it because I got an inspection on it and it is primo. It's absolutely beautiful. The seller is really good. I know the seller very well. Um, I mean, I shouldn't say I've bought many units from this seller, and I know that he sells really good stuff. So we're interested in that one unit today. There's 150 or 180 units at the sale today, and no, we're not interested in any more than that. I was even going to pass on that Berkshire that again looked good. It brought above average money. It brought more than what it should have. It brought more than I would have paid for it. I don't care what the condition report was. So there's plenty of other units to look at, and in general, I'm seeing that the numbers are way up. Fun one, 2016. This is another coach that typically I would be interested in buying, but I'm a little heavy, and I've got 2 or 3 Dutch Stars right now at the moment. But this is a 4311, so this is, I believe, this is a handicap unit. So the numbers on this may be a little bit skewed. Let's make sure it's, yeah, this is a handicap unit, so not a ton of these out there. Started out really low, really, really low. Let's see if it can recuperate. We're talking 10 plus, maybe even 15, possibly even 20% on some stuff up, as you've seen with that Grand Design. I mean, that thing was up big time. The retail market's going to get hot again. And so if you're looking to sell your motorhome, Class A luxury diesel pusher, you're watching this video and you think, is this now the time to sell my luxury Class A diesel pusher? Absolutely, because dealers are buying. I'm interested in putting a bid on anything that you have, especially luxury Class A diesel pushers. But if you have any motorhome, any RV, I'll put a number on it because I can hook you up with some wholesalers that sell at this auction and where they bring all the money. Jump on our website at soulmotorcoach.com, click on the appraisal, fill out just a quick 2 or 3 minutes of information, and somebody's going to reach out to you right away to get you a number on your RV. We are buying very strong right now, buying anything and everything we can put numbers on. And even if it's not a unit that we want to keep and sell here, I still want to buy it because I can sell it to one of the wholesalers that we deal with, or I'll get you hooked up direct with one of the wholesalers that we do business with and get you the most money for your RV. 16 4311 Dutch Star, which is a handicap unit with that big handicap thing that pops out and drops down out of the side of the coach. Again, I got online bidders, so I can't show you the screen. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not going to show you the screen. I don't want to put anybody else's business on the street. I'm never afraid to tell somebody what I paid for something, because at the end of the day, folks, we got to make a profit. I mean, we're in business to make a profit. But let's see what this thing does. I'll show you what the end result was. Then we'll pull book value up again, and I think this will be one of the last ones that we dig into. I don't want to make this video too long. Hey, I just can't help myself.
About 159, all in the bit of bar, a bit of a down, I never about 162, 162.5, 166, a bit of a last call, and a bit about 169, all in, all done, and a bit of a be, and a bit of bar, gotta go, and a bit of be there, and a bit of and I sold it, $168,000 to number 203.
All right, that unit ended up hammering for 168. Let's check the book on it right now. 176, and it brought 168. So just a hair under book. That's what I would expect it to bring. I did not get an inspection on that one because, again, I was just not in the market for that unit. There's one I got my eye on. It's coming up. It's coming up pretty quick. And about 2 more units, and hopefully I can get you some video on this. Folks, we're full disclosure here at Soul Motor Coach. Everything that we do, we want you to understand every part of our business and how we operate. It's so important to us. As I've said in many other videos, I'm not going to do it in this video, but if you watch any of the other videos specific to motorhomes, to each individual one, we show you the process and how we operate, what we're going to do to each coach. It's very in-depth. One thing I can tell you is, folks, read reviews. Any dealer that you're getting ready to do business with, multiple $100,000 transaction, read the reviews of that dealer. Whether they're doing good business or bad business, customers are going to tell on them. We're proud of our reviews here at Soul Motor Coach. It's a huge part in the way we operate. I also like to say we take all of the risk out of buying one of these units, and all the processes and all the things and the service, the repairs, the delivery process, all that's included in the price. We're also a market-based price dealer, meaning we're going to be the best deal in the market no matter what. We may not be the cheapest, but we're always going to be the best deal in the market. And all the ancillary services that we do, from the service to the detailing to the delivery process, all included in that at no additional charge. How I am, full transparency. I'm going to show you. So if you're watching this video and you're interested in this coach, I've got my pants down. You're going to be able to see everything. You're going to be able to see what I paid for this unit, what I have it priced for on my website. You're going to be able to see what a dealer marks one up. I wish I made as much money as we mark these things up, but unfortunately we don't. I just bought a really nice 2020 Tiffin Allegro bus. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you what I paid for this, and then we're going to look up the book value. There it is, folks. 2020 Tiffin Allegro bus, 37 AP. Says 28,000 mile unit. I had it inspected, and I paid $220,000. Plus, I got about a $3,000 auction fee. This is one of the best inspected coaches I've bought in a long time. Call me crazy. I did pay overbook for that. That's not typical of me, but I happen to know through inspection. The inspector was adamant that this was a very, very, very nice unit. I had to battle 2 or 3 other dealers to get it. Paid over book value, but it is what it is. If you don't have them, you can't sell them. We do things different. We're just such a different dealer than you'll find anywhere. We go through a very rigorous inspection and repair process to get these ready for the next owners. And this one will be coming up the highway hopefully today, no later than tomorrow. And I'm going to get a hold of my driver here in just a few minutes and get him on the horn to go pick this one up and get it to us. I have an idea of what I want to price it at. Probably going to wind up at $269. I got to search the market really well. That is by the time I get that coach here and pay the fee, I'm going to have about $225 in it, $226. So minus $226. So a $43,000 spread. That's less than 20% markup. I mean, if you just look at a dealership that sells a $20,000 car, they're going to guarantee you they're going to make $4,000. So in this business, yes, the numbers go big with these motorhomes, but we still try to shoot for somewhere between 10 and 20% total spread between what we pay for them and what we're going to price them at. By the time I probably have to put tires on this coach and batteries and get it here and go through all the service and detailing, it might be a $15,000 or a $20,000 deal. I definitely like them to be a little bit bigger than that because, you know, at the end of every week, I got to write checks to all these people. They all got their hands out. They want to get paid. If you have good people, you got to pay them good, and that's what we have here at Soul Motor Coach.